Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and please do not forget to like and subscribe, thank you. He still believes in forever. Inside Lee Min-ho's secret battle between stardom and love, and the gentle hope that refuses to die. There are men who live ordinary lives, and then there is Lee Min-ho, whose every smile can stop traffic, whose eyes have carried the ache of 1,000 unspoken stories, and whose name has become a global language for love. Yet for all the adoration, the lights, and the never-ending applause, there remains a quiet truth that Lee Min-ho rarely allows the world to see. The loneliness that comes with being loved by millions, but known by none. Lee Min-ho has always been the man who made women believe that fairy tales were real, the charming Gu Junpyo in Boys Over Flowers, the tender emperor in The King, eternal monarch, the dream every girl wished would walk out of her screen. But perfection is a heavy mask. Behind it lives a man who sometimes sits in silence, staring out of his apartment window in Seoul's Gangnam district, wondering what life would be like if he weren't Lee Min-ho the star, but just Min-ho the man. He once told a close friend, "People love my characters more than they love me." It wasn't bitterness. It was truth. When Park Bom suddenly called him, "my husband," on social media earlier this year, the internet went up in flames. Fans screamed, blogs exploded, and his name trended in every country from Seoul to Sao Paulo. For days, no one talked about anything else. Was the heartthrob finally in love? Was this the long-awaited chapter everyone had been waiting to read? But deep down, that silence carried its own ache, a reminder that for him, love has always been a battlefield between what is true and what the world chooses to believe. "I'm the kind of man who gives everything when I love. I'm not afraid to be vulnerable. I just hope the person who loves me can see the man behind the fame. Maybe I'm too romantic for this world, but I'd rather be that than cold." Those words melted hearts across continents. Fans wrote thousands of letters, flooding social media with messages like, "You deserve real love, Min-ho," and "We'll wait for the woman who sees you, not your fame." And that is perhaps what makes him so magnetic. That quiet vulnerability, that yearning for connection that feels more human than Hollywood. Dating for him is both a dream and a danger. Every glance becomes a headline, every dinner a scandal, every hug a rumor. He once confessed to a friend that the last time he tried to date seriously, he couldn't even meet his partner in public. They would talk through tinted car windows, walk through secret hotel hallways, and pretend to be strangers outside. "It doesn't feel like love," he said once. "It feels like hiding." And so, he stopped trying for a while. He poured himself into work, into acting, writing, traveling, building his career to greater heights. But even success couldn't silence the echo in his heart. Sometimes, at night, when fans see him post quiet photos of sunsets, ocean waves, or city lights, they don't realize those pictures aren't just aesthetics. They're pieces of his heart, his way of saying, "I'm still waiting." Those close to Lee Min-ho say he writes a lot. Not scripts, not contracts, but letters. Letters he never sends. Letters to the love he hasn't found yet. He keeps them in a small wooden box beside his bed. In one of them, he reportedly wrote, "If I ever meet you, I hope you see the boy inside the man. The one who still believes that love is not a weakness." Perhaps that is the most beautiful thing about him, that even after years of heartbreak, distance, and rumor, he still believes in forever. During a recent appearance on his Min-ho-verse fan tour, when a fan asked him what kind of woman he'd like to marry someday, he paused for a long time before answering. "Someone who makes silence comfortable. Someone who makes me laugh when I forget how. Someone who feels like home." The crowd went silent, many wiping tears. Because those weren't the words of an idol. They were the words of a man who has spent years pretending to have everything, yet quietly longing for something money and fame can never buy his peace. There were loves before, quiet, complicated, and fleeting. Some whispered names are known, some are buried in his past like unopened letters. But he never speaks ill of anyone. "Every love taught me something," he once said. "Even the painful ones reminded me that my heart still works." And maybe that's why he's still able to play love so perfectly on screen, because he's felt every corner of it in real life. The joy, the loss, the longing, the letting go. This year, those close to him say something in him has changed. He laughs more. He stays longer at fan events. He talks about wanting to build something lasting. Some believe there might be someone new, a quiet presence in his life, someone outside the entertainment world who brings him calm. But he won't confirm or deny. He's protecting whatever peace he's found. Lee Min-ho's story is no longer just about drama ratings or red carpets. It's about resilience. It's about a man who has given his heart to millions, yet still believes there's one person meant just for him. "I don't want a perfect love," he once wrote in a fan letter. "I just want a love that feels honest, even if it's messy, even if it hurts." Those words became a rallying cry for fans who have loved him for over a decade. Because in that honesty, they see themselves, people who have been broken, who have healed, and who still dare to hope. And so, Lee Min-ho continues to walk through fame with quiet grace, filming, dreaming, living, and waiting. Waiting not for headlines, but for heartbeats. Not for applause, but for understanding. Not for the next big role, but for the next great love. He once ended a fan message with a line that has since become iconic among his followers. "Maybe love isn't about finding someone who completes you. Maybe it's about finding someone who reminds you were never incomplete." Those words, like him, are timeless, tender, imperfect, and full of hope.